Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we have a ton of stuff to cover. There's a couple more Ripple/XRP updates coming out later today though, so make sure you are subscribed if you are an XRP holder because you don't want to miss out on all of this news. Having said that, we got some Flare news today, a little bit of a Flare update. Rob XRP posted, Flare will launch after testing of all systems on Songbird, with the current final security audit scheduled to finish at the end of September. A testnet token will be airdropped to us, SGB, based on the December 12th, 2020 snapshot, and the testnet launch date within 6 weeks. So that's basically the update which they have given to us now, where we're not going to be receiving one, but we're going to be receiving two tokens, Flare and this Songbird thing. And mind you guys, I have not slept in like 48, maybe 50 hours by now. I am too tired to read really fully into all of this and understand it to the core. So give me a couple of days to just kind of get into the entire thing, all right? I just had another flight, very annoying everything, but I'm not completely into it. So we're not going to be covering exactly what it all entails, except for the fact that once more, you're going to be given this for free. And once more, Songbird will have its own token, which will be distributed once only, and in the same ratio as all the recipients of the Flare distribution, which means the total storage supply will be 15 billion with initial inflation of 10% per year through the FTSO and validated reward systems. That means for every 1 XRP, you'll get 0.15 SGB, which is the same as your Flare from the get-go. And once more, should you worry about any of all of this? No, just be excited that there's more money on the table. And I guess be excited that Flare has not just stopped all communications, but they're just delaying it themselves a little bit, which is not that strange though. Most crypto projects, they basically work in this exact way. They put up a proposal, an idea of when they could finish something, or let's say it differently. They put up an idea as to what they should achieve. Then after they're done with a couple of things, they put up a deadline for when they should achieve it and what is reasonable, and put a couple of days extra for in case of. However, what every programmer knows is that the first 99% might take as long as the last 1%. That's really a fun joke, but it's the truth though, or the last, let's say 5% or so, a 95-5 split. Is because when you really think you're almost done, is all of a sudden when you find out that a lot of things you did weren't actually that good, weren't actually that stable, or weren't done in the way that they were supposed to. And that's what really costs a lot of time, specifically if you hadn't anticipated on it. And so with Flare here, when they said, we'll be done June, plus minus 2 to 4 weeks, well, they couldn't make it, mostly because they were just not ready for it from a safety perspective. And again, I can kind of say I'm annoyed by the delay. Then again, if you have to delay to make things even more safe and secure, I understand it though. You can say, oh, it's lack of what? Lack of transparency? No. Lack of engineering quality / capability? Debatably, but I mean, theoretically speaking, the best minds could have been on this project, and you can still have to delay something because you had some unforeseen circumstances, consequences, or because you're still wanting to add some extra features which you hadn't thought of before. That might make your project extra awesome. A lot of different things which you kind of think of right there. Once more, guys, I don't fully understand the Songbird just quite yet. I'm going to have to maybe watch a video on it or just read through it a little bit more carefully another time because once more, guys, I'm too tired. Just want to give you guys all the news here that's necessary for you guys to work on. And right now that the Songbird ordeal is a thing, I must tell you what exactly it's going to be. I'll make a big update on it in a couple of days, just kind of going over all the different points and what exactly you need to know. So do not worry if you do not understand it just quite yet. All right, Crypto Eddie is actually another good channel which you might be able to check out. I think she's already posted an update on this entire debacle too. But actually, before we get over into that one, make sure you check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below. There's 134 people in. We have 8 more days to go, so you still have 8 more days to enter. We want to get to at least 250 people because that means we're going to be winning 15,000 XP in total. Right now, though, we are at 7,500 XRP. You can see the full ranking here of how people are doing. Because yes, guys, it's a trading competition, but it's ridiculously fun, at least in my opinion. It is because some newbies with just some luck are most likely going to be winning too. And by the way, my internet is extremely bad here if you're wondering. So look at that, guys. A couple of people are still in the top 10 with a 0.04% gain. And ultimately, maybe the number 1, number 2, number 3 might actually go down from the huge percentages here as well, as things change. These guys most likely have one trade open, which might change in the near future. So don't think that all of this is just steady, they're going to win. No, sometimes you can still beat them. Sometimes things still change, guys. So once more, don't think all hope is lost. Try it, keep competing. And I really want to put some money on it that I think a person with no trading experience whatsoever, with only the minimum amount of XRP required, is going to get one of these top positions and win his entire XRP capital purely because he got lucky, but we'll see. All right, Crypto Eddie posted, developers are smarter than venture capitalists. Devs go to where deployment makes sense, stable, secure, fast, tested. This is why we have a Canary network. Once more, talking about the Songbird. This is why Flare networks are going to play in the big leagues. Congratulations to XRP Snapshot holders. A pink sparkle moment. Saf said, and they didn't care to mention this before because, come on, Ari, it's becoming a joke. Come September, we'll be airdropped. The Penguin coin and Flare networks will launch in December. It's a 50-50. I mean, Crypto to Sailing says here, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Kind of true. Then again, the gift horse only has any value because we get it, though, right? I mean, you're calling it a gift, which is true, but if everybody receives it as a gift, it's not that special anymore. It's the same thing as you being able to pick up something for free. If it's completely a free gift that everybody gets to get, it's the value of it kind of loses its value. And so they know as well that if they keep delaying, more and more people will kind of be annoyed by their system. Then again, nobody's going to say, oh, I don't want my Flare anymore now. The majority of people are just going to be waiting it off and just, kind of acting as the situation allows it once we actually do get it, though. But once more, we're just kind of in the pre-phase for it right now. We're just huddling, waiting, and we shall see. All right. SEC shuts down 2 multi-million-dollar companies using cryptocurrencies to commit fraud. One of the guys in the comment section said that the SEC is a useless entity. And I quickly want to put that comment down saying no. The SEC actually has a really good purpose in this world, and I cannot tell you that everything they do, every case they bring up is just inherently bad. I really would be lying to you if I said so. However, what I would like to argue, which I've done for a couple of times now, is that they are just right now focused on the wrong thing. They right now are focused on enforcing through, or I guess, making rules through enforcing. So they're basically suing Ripple right now because that's the best way they can try to regulate something instead of through the rulemaking process. And I think that that's what they make the critical mistake. The Securities and Exchange Commission has a clear goal, clear properties, and clear objectives. For example, if these guys are trying to fraud something, literally, hey, go right on at it. In a lot of these cases, you can clearly see that there was malicious intent. Go after them. But with cryptocurrency projects, in this specific sense, Ethereum, XRP, and all of those, it's so difficult, and it might not even be their battle to battle. And that's why I'm thinking now. They're just misplaced, and they're just rolling on a freaking track which they shouldn't even be on. So I'm a little bit bothered by that. Then again, it will fix itself in due time, though. I think the SEC will finally, in a couple of weeks, maybe if we get this deposition through in a nice way, get a little pat on the head of like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing right there? Get back in your seat. Something along those lines, and it will fix itself. But let's just wait it out, right? I mean, Ripple will most likely set the precedent for future SEC cases anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. All right. Rothschild Investment Corp has increased its Bitcoin exposure by 300% since April. This is not the Rothschilds, whatever, that a lot of you guys think they are. This is just another investment firm that has the same name. Not sure if it's actually originated from the same family. Could be, but it's not the bigger part of the family, so to say. It could be some very strange offspring, but it's not the main thing if you're wondering about that. Then again, some people say this is really good. Some people say this is really bad. I don't know what exactly to tell you guys. I mean, these guys increasing their Bitcoin exposure is good, you might say, but it depends, right? I mean, GPC always is a scary thing, and there's 2 ways to see this. 1, they're buying more GBTC, so they're extremely bullish. 2nd, they know how to make more money on GBTC than buying the actual Bitcoin in this specific sense. 3, it's bad basically because they're buying GBTC instead of Bitcoin, which again means they're buying a stock instead of the actual crypto itself, which could be strange and is really strange. And I would say 4 is that they're buying this, which didn't really have that much of a positive effect. So once they start to sell it, it might have a little bit of a negative effect though, which is again not evened out and wasn't really worth it. Another couple of people said, no, this is where the manipulation comes in. The more they have, more manipulation there's going to be, which is true, but that's the way off with institutional investment in your space. The more of them there are, the more money that goes around in it, the more manipulation you are going to be seeing. And that's always going to remain the same. Then Bitcoin whales grabbing the dip as Bitcoin drops below 30,000 and miners are selling. Also not completely true because if you just look at this tomorrow, you'll see, oh no, okay, so that was all just one side of the story. Whales are buying the dip. Yes, factual. Haven't they done that though for the last couple of weeks? Yes, they have. And that's where things get difficult. What if the big correction happened to, let's say, a couple of, no, actually, that doesn't line up anymore. I wanted to say, what did the correction happen till a couple of weeks ago? But now actually Bitcoin has broken through. So I believe Bitcoin right now set even a lower low. I'm assuming so. So the little pattern which we were having for ourselves has been broken. That is not too nice. Ooh, that is not too nice. But the whales are buying in. And I wanted to talk about this exchange by miners. I think this has a lot more to do with China and the fact that a lot of these guys have to move right now than meets the eye. And one thing you should also understand is that the price can move down purely because of that. A lot of these guys over in China right now with their, let's say, $50 million worth of hardware, let's call it $1 billion worth of hardware. If they want to move to a different country, they might need a couple $1 million to do so. They might have to sell some Bitcoin to actually be able to do something like that though, right? So once more, they might sell their Bitcoins as miners. And a lot of these other guys, they might now want to become a little bit more net flow positive because they have a lingering threat of more regulation. That's another thing. A lot of miners are not holding as much, but more selling. Also not really too crazy though, so nothing really special about that article either. And then JP Morgan's wealth management CEO affirmed most clients view Bitcoin as an asset class because it is. It really is. Crypto is an asset class. It's a different thing than normal stocks. It's a different thing than normal currencies. I'm not sure if she meant cryptocurrencies or just Bitcoin on its own. It doesn't really state it right here, but you guys get it, all right? I'm personally really bullish on the crypto space. Hopefully you guys are too. If you are, let me know in the comment section down below. And once more, sorry if this wasn't the best of the best quality. Once more, I'm really tired, but I still have so much news where I'm like, you know what, I'll just update you guys anyway. I have more videos coming up though, since there's more stuff to share, but I want to make these kind of bite-sized so you don't have to sit through like 45 minutes of video. I kind of split them up a little bit so I can focus more on the story and not lose the train of thought and not have to mess up somewhere mid in the video. You guys understand. All right, that was it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you guys again in another one.